Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Fiery Moon, and welcome back if you're returning. Here to do the general collective weekend vibe reading. This reading is, not tied to any specific zodiac sign, as I always say. It's just a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Know that energy can be vice versa or interchangeable. You guys know masculine and feminine does not pertain to gender, and that the time as well as the energy is fluid. So this could be something that may have already passed for you, something you may presently be going through, or something that may be to come. Just take what resonates and leave the rest, and if it's not your story, that's fine. It's just, not your energy for today. So with that being said, we're going to jump right in. I am going to be starting out with the messages from the mermaids. I was drawn to this deck, and specifically because of all of the Scorpio energy that we're in right now. You guys know that Scorpio is a water sign, so it just felt right to use this deck. I'll then be following up with the Light Seers Tarot, and then the guidance or advice is going to come from the Wild Unknown Spirit deck. So with that being said, we're going to jump right in and see what the energy is like for the weekend. This top card almost like just wanted to blow off the deck, but it slid back on, so I'm not going to take it. But yeah, we're gonna see what's going on. We did just had the Scorpio new moon on November 4th. So that energy is gonna be around, and very prominent, I should say, for at least the next 5 days. We will have Mercury moving into Scorpio today. Venus is going to be moving into Capricorn, and we also have the Sun in Scorpio as well. So there is almost, a Scorpio, well, not almost, there is, a Scorpio stellium that will be going on, which is just an influx of the Scorpio energy. So some of you guys, may be feeling that, Scorpio energy is, is death, rebirth, transformation. It's also, looked at as like the underworld, so things hidden in regards to, feelings, emotions, desires. So, you guys could be definitely feeling that energy. I feel like, I guess the best way that I can describe it, or at least what I'm feeling right now, is like, oh my God, and the song they're giving me, I feel like a lot of passion, but I just got the song Tempted to Touch, and I was getting touched before I even started the reading. When I actually was, I always, well, not always, but majority of the time, I use my singing bowl before I'll start the camera and, get into the energy or to clear my space. And I heard like the Midas touch. So I did get touched, but now I just got, tempted to touch, which that Scorpio energy, could play out in that way. So someone may be tempted to touch you, you may be tempted to touch someone, but touch is coming through very strong. So with that being said, let's take a look and see what energy is surrounding us this weekend. What messages do we need for the collective as it pertains to the energy for this weekend? What messages of guidance, healing, truth, love, wisdom, acceptance, and understanding do we need for the collective? Do one more. Let's see. So bottom of the deck we have Turn Away, which is like almost an energy of, like that tempted to touch. Some of you may be tempted to, you know, do something. This may be in regards to, you know, your, you know, it could be temptation for some of you, you know, and temptation is, you know, it's, I'm not going to say it's, you know, that wanting something you can't have. But, you know, it's that energy of that I'm feeling very strongly. So some of you may need to, you know, at this time, like turn away from temptation. You know, Scorpio is looked at as like, you know, the dark side. So some of you, you know, it almost makes me feel like you may be like leaning towards your desires. For some of you, like you're hoping, I almost feel like you can repress or, you know, like push away, like that's why I'm making this motion, like push away something that may be tempting you, no matter what it is. It doesn't have to be, you know, anything bad, but you know, too much of anything can potentially turn negative, whether it's too much food, too much, you know, Scorpio rules the house of sex. If it's too much, you know, for some people, you know, partying, drugs and alcohol, you know, video gaming, whatever, you know, you do too much of, that can lead to almost like some type of addiction or addiction-like qualities. The cards, you know, the overall energy is like some of you are fighting that, you know, the urge. Some of you could be going through, you know, a type of rehab or therapy. And, you know, you're trying to see, you know, the light at the end of the tunnel for whatever that is for you. And for some of you, you know, it's all in, you know, just, you know, surrendering, letting go. What you can control, you know, what you can't control, and just controlling what you can. And I'm getting, you know, the serenity prayer is coming up with all of this energy here. And it's, you know, what does it say? God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So for some of you, that's, you know, in whatever aspect of life that is going for you, you know, some of you are, you know, in that battle. It almost feels like, you know, recovery. I know it's normally said, or at least, you know, I've always heard it, you know, as a child when I would go to, you know, AA meetings with, you know, relatives that were battling this. So it's something that, you know, always stuck with me. And, you know, this is the energy that I'm feeling right there. So whoever this message is for, you got this. You definitely got it. But let's get an overall energy. It may, you know, be, you know, coming up to the surface. It's like you may want to, you know, chase that feeling right now. But it's coming up to, you know, be healed within you. So give me an overall energy for the collective as it pertains. Those same three cards just wanted to come back out. So it's definitely a message in there for someone. Whoever may need it, it's there for you. Yeah, listen. Oh, and I know that this is water energy, but I'm trying, you know, I can feel the emotional weight that this may be playing on someone, because what came out was breaking free and hope. Which some of you are like, you know, trying to, you know, break free from whatever you feel that you're, you know, addicted to. Some of you may be a situation that you feel stuck in, but hoping that, you know, you can see, like I said, that light at the end of the tunnel. What are they telling me right now? You know, every cloud has a silver lining. And this is something like, you know, this is something that you know, you have an inner knowing about. Your intuition is telling you, like, just, you know, for some of you, you may feel like you're, you know, it's holding you back, or it has a strong hold on you, but whatever it is, you are, you know, the one that is in control. And it may seem hard. It may, you know, it feels hard. It feels constricted. And it's like, you know, I've always said, because, you know, I've even battled with addictions. I'm not above going through this energy, and I stress that a lot on my channel. And I struggled with a marijuana addiction, and it wasn't until I got into the mindset that, nah, I control this. I have to consume it. I can't let it consume me. And I feel like that's what, some of you may be going through. I never thought that I would ever stop smoking. I never thought that, I just never thought like I would ever have to give it up. Not saying that I had to, but I made the conscious choice to. And because it was like after a while, it just stopped feeling, I'm not going to say like it stopped feeling good, but it started, making me feel like, not myself. And not saying that I wasn't myself when I was using it, but it just felt off to me. And I had like, an inkling, like, and I really had to sit down and trust, what my intuition was telling me. Like, you don't need this, you want it. And, once I, started seeing it like that is when, it all changed for me. Because with trust and, and a knowing here, some of you just need to trust what your intuition is trying to tell you. Because for some of you, you're doing it, for, to fit in with waiting and acceptance. You're doing it to, be a part of the whole. And it's like, you're not though. Like, you are a part of a whole, but you don't do things to be accepted. You don't do things to fit in. You were, born to stand out. So that's what I feel from that. So let's jump into the tarot. Let's see what's going on. What messages do we need in regards to this energy as it pertains to the collective for this weekend? What messages do we need for the collective as it pertains to this energy and spread for the weekend? What messages? What messages do we need? Ooh. I just seen the Three of Swords. So some of you, this could be, something that is affecting you physically. What's going on? Ooh. A lot of scatteredness going on. So, bottom of the deck, we have the Eight of Cups, which is that energy of, walking away, leaving, things of the past behind. Then up under that, we have the King of Swords, which is a masculine energy, male or female, does not matter. And it's almost like this masculine energy is like almost in a state of contemplation. And up under that acceptance card was the contemplation card. But they're contemplating, walking away, especially with this being, that masculine King of Swords energy being right in the middle. It's like, you know, it's almost like in the back of their mind they're thinking about walking away. But, you know, with the Six of Cups, it's like, how can I explain it? Like, and this is definitely like Mercury in Scorpio energy, like I'm feeling. So they're, you know, looking at, you know, the past, maybe how things used to be in the past, and wanting to go that way with the Six of Swords, but contemplating, you know, walking away from, you know, the past as well. But it's almost like the past may have held some type of safety, security, protection, even with the Four of Pentacles. But it's, you know, it's not conducive to, you know, like a King of Swords is very sure. He knows, or I'll just say they know. But it's almost like with the Five of Pentacles here, like, especially with this key in the door, it's like you've already been down that road before. So it's almost like this King of Pentacles is like, or King of Swords. I don't know why King of Pentacles came through. For some of you, that attachment could also be money. It's like you've been down this road before. You've seen where that door leads you, but it's almost like you don't know, you know, what lies ahead with this Eight of Cups energy. Because it's almost like, you know, like the past is not, it almost makes me feel like with the Four of Wands is not, you know, the party that it used to be. It doesn't excite you like it used to be, whether this is a person, place, or thing. It doesn't excite you like it used to be. So it's like you're needing, you know, or seeking, I almost feel, the courage as the Strength card to end this cycle. Wow. Let's get some cards out. I can just keep going off the bottom of the deck forever. So what messages do we need in regards to this energy and spread? What messages do we need? Messages do we need for the collective as it pertains to this energy and spread? What messages do we need? Any other messages, Spirit? Any other messages for the collective and this energy for the weekend? For some of you, this is a person. I'm getting that strongly. And I said when I was shuffling that, I seen the Three of Swords at the bottom. Which I said for some of you, it's giving me the energy of like feeling physical pain. It could be over this person. It could be, you know, if you know, if you're in recovery, it could be like your body is in pain without whatever this is. You know, like I said, it could be a person, place, or thing. But this Three of Swords is also letting me know like it could have, you know, be in regards to like a breakup or a separation. Some of you feel like with the Page of Wands and the Hierophant up under there, I'm getting that Page of Wands two ways. For some of you, this Three of Swords is like you being angry with yourself for like almost, you know, acting, you know, carefree or like immature with that Page of Wands. For some of you, you know, with this Hierophant, it's like you just almost didn't take things serious. Because, you know, I say that because you see how he's laughing on the card. But for some of you, it's like you're wanting like a new beginning, a fresh start. For some of you, it is like almost with this Hierophant energy, like a do-over. And, you know, maybe if it's in life or with, you know, a person, because it's like I almost feel like you're in agony without whatever, insert whatever goes for there. You're in agony without that person, place, or thing. Because we have the Emperor up under that. And it was like the Emperor, that masculine energy, is like looking over this energy. Could be within themselves or another, you know, just the situation at hand, and seeing like maybe they had their, you know, their values or, you know, traditions, or like I'm getting lifestyle. They're looking at, you know, where it has led them, where it has gotten them. Because maybe it gave you a sense of control. But this Emperor is hurting. This Emperor is hurting. But what we have out is the Five of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Hermit with the Queen of Swords. And what this is making me feel like, and I'm being drawn to this Eight of Swords first. It's like some of you are almost like letting your mind defeat you with this Eight of Swords energy. Feeling like you're stuck. Feeling like you're, you know, mentally in a cage or a prison. But this Five of Cups and the Seven of Pentacles is like almost giving me the energy of you not wanting, or, you know, you not being satisfied, having some regrets over, you know, past actions, deeds, or, you know, past doings that, you know, really didn't do anything but make you feel like you're, you know, stuck. But with the Hermit and the Queen of Swords, this is the energy that makes me feel like there is another person. This Queen of Swords, the feminine energy, that for some of you, they could have isolated themselves away from you, or you them, if it's vice versa. But it's almost like in this hermit mode, you're gaining like the clarity you need to, you know, the Queen of Swords as well as the King of Swords is someone that, you know, establishes boundaries, is future focused. You know, like I always say, the Queen of Swords gets a bad rap because, you know, people, you know, portray the Queen of Swords as being, you know, someone who is, you know, first of all, I'll say it like this. She's very intelligent, but, you know, in the upright, very intelligent, you know, an effective communicator. Very decisive, very blunt. Like she's not reckless with her words. She means what she says. So just imagine in the reverse, you know, that's everything that, you know, she's not. you know, when she's in the upright. And I feel like for some of you, by going into hermit mode, you need to harness this Queen of Swords energy. But for some of you, if this Queen of Swords is another person for you, you know, it's almost like you're out of reach. You could be dreaming about this person. You could be heavily thinking about this person, but they're like out of your reach. And the Hermit card here, you know, is basically, you know, saying like, it's almost giving me an energy of like, this Queen of Swords has been where you are, even if it isn't the same circumstance, but that's what it's giving me. Clarify the Hermit for me. Why is the Hermit here? Did I not say King of Pentacles? Man, listen. I don't know why. I mean, I felt it, but I don't know why. Let's see why. Yeah, for some of you, it is another person. And we have the Star, the Nine of Swords, and the Lovers. And if it's that case of being another person for you, they have, you know, like I said, they've been there before. The Hermit, you know, carries the Star. But this energy is like letting me know, coming out with the Hermit, that they've achieved, you know, this Star energy. It's almost like I said, they've been there before. So they have like almost healed, you know, from this Eight of Swords energy, feeling stuck, feeling bound, feeling imprisoned by their own, you know, mind. It's a self-imposed imprisonment energy. And, you know, it's almost like they've healed all of that hurt and anxiety and, you know, came into, you know, balance with the Lovers here of, you know, their masculine and feminine energy. But it's also making me feel like they made a conscious choice to not feel like this Nine of Swords energy, constant anxiety, for some of them nightmares, whatever it may be. And if it's, you know, all this masculine energy as the King of Pentacles, because remember initially we seen the King of Swords, this masculine energy is needing to go within hermit mode to emerge that Star energy within themselves and heal, you know, this mental, like almost anguish that's going on, to bring themselves back into balance. Because right now they're in, you know, this King of Pentacles energy, you know. And like I said, for some of them, they lost this person, place, or thing because of their, you know, addictions to, you know, material things, money, clothes, whatever, you know. And it was almost like it clouded, you know, they had clouded judgment on what, you know, value truly was. And it caused, you know, it caused them to be out of balance. For some of them, they fear actually being in balance in their own masculine or feminine energy. But for some of you, it is a person. Some of you may even, like, the Hermit energy may even be trying to guide you to this Star energy to help you. But it's like you almost, you know, fear the connection. You fear that it can't be, you know, almost rectified. But let's look at the Five of Cups, and then we'll grab the guidance or advice. Tell me about the Five of Cups, please. Why is the Five of Cups here? Ooh, ooh. There's too many. They all fell on the floor. Five of Cups. Why is the Five of Cups here? Lion, the Five of Cups, we had the Nine of Wands, and the Sun. So what that's making me feel like is it's like almost, how can I put it? Like, you know, the Five of Cups is that feeling of, you know, first of all, I feel like this is in regards to the past. It almost feels like this person was, you know, was feeling like this because they were so guarded. Feeling, you know, grief and remorse and regret. It's like they were almost, you know, like guarded against, you know, truly being happy. You know, because of past things in their life that didn't, you know, maybe didn't work out, or, you know, past patterns that they've had, things that they've done in the past, especially with this Seven of Pentacles here. Like things that they've invested in, people, places, whatever it is. You know, it's because it's almost like they didn't allow themselves to be happy. It's almost like giving me an energy of like, well, don't let me get too happy. But it's like, I can only, it's almost like I can only be this happy because this person, or I was shown that, you know, like almost like happiness doesn't exist, or, you know, it only goes so far. But that's not true, especially with this Sun energy here. And as the Seven of Wands, it's like you were your own block. Like you tried to resist, you know, what makes you happy, whether it's a person, place, or thing. You like were like, I almost feel like effectively like, nope, I'm not doing that. I don't, you know, it's not for me, like all of that. But this is how it left you feeling. Just because things of the past didn't work out, just because you've been through some stuff, doesn't mean that you don't deserve happiness. And you do, you deserve it. So it's also like saying with the Seven of Wands, they're just, you know, I'm not even going to say there's boundaries, but you have to like put yourself above all. Because if not, you know, it's just, you know, self-deceptive. You're deceiving yourself and trying to like almost justify it with this Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords. And for some of you, you need to let your guard down and enjoy, like feel the sun. Let the sun come into your life. It made you heavily guarded, but it's like you can relax with this person. If it's another person, or, you know, if it's an addiction, you can be in control of it. Don't let your mind tell you that you need it. Because it's like an energy of your mind playing tricks on you with the Seven of Swords. Like, no, you have to, you know, allow yourself to step into this Chariot energy and move forward in a balance. You know, this is also saying like you're going to have to, with the Chariot and the Page of Pentacles, is like learn discipline. And that's not a bad thing. Learn discipline for yourself so that you can move forward and, you know, come into, you know, emotional balance as well with the Temperance card. Yeah, for some of you, it's a simple lesson of discipline, learning how to discipline yourself. You can have whatever you want, just don't, like, it's almost giving me an energy of like overindulging. Or putting your energy in so many different places that you don't even have a hold on it, you don't have a grip on it. So let's get the guidance or advice. Like, I'm almost being pulled to look at this Queen of Swords. Let's see. Because like I said, some of you, this is another person that you're, you know, heavily like thinking about. Some of you, it's like almost wanting to reach out to. But it's almost like they've let this go. But if this is for you an energy that you need to harness, tell me about the Queen of Swords. For yourself in order to, you know, rectify this. Because boundaries, I've said it many times, they're not for the other person, they're for you. They're not for the other person. Tell me about this Queen of Swords. Give me one more. What is this Queen of Swords? Why is this Queen of Swords energy here? Queen of Swords. Give me one more, please. Alright, so clarifying this Queen of Swords, we have the Five of Wands and the Five of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. So if this is energy that you need to harness, it's basically, the cards are saying like you need to harness this Queen of Swords energy to basically combat the conflict that you're feeling, that internal conflict that you're feeling, which is like by, you know, speaking your truth, you know, seeing things for what they are. It's also like I said, establishing boundaries. And that's how you, with this Four of Pentacles, like you, it's almost like, I don't want to say shielding, but it's almost like that's how you can protect yourself from whatever this is. And if this is, you know, another person, the masculine energy is showing up again as the King of Pentacles. You know, this is, let me put it like this. If this is all you, it's like I said, use that Queen of Swords energy to cut through the internal conflict. Use your, you know, use your sword for what it's for. And, you know, to cut things out. To, you know, see things clearly. Because swords are, you know, clarity. It's truth. But it's also so that it's almost like, you know, so that you can know, like, you are in control. You have the power. You sit in the seat of power. And no one can take that from you, because look how she's clutching that purse. It's something that, you know, you have to do for yourself. No one else can do it for you. And if this is another person, it's like this masculine energy is like in heavy internal conflict over this Queen of Swords energy. Male or female does not matter. But it's like they're, you know, you're holding on to this person. But you're also, you know, holding on for, you know, for your own, you know, security. Maybe they make you feel like somebody. But I'm still getting the same, like, that's something that's, you know, going on within you. You have to give your own self-worth. It can't come from another person. And you're conflicted over this person because maybe they feel like almost like a safe haven. Or like you can be safe with them. It's like you know that, but you're fighting how you feel about them. And it's like you don't know if whether you should just, you know, continue being in this King of Pentacles energy as this Seven of Cups, or if you know, should walk away and, you know, open yourself up a little bit as this Queen, or as this Knight of Cups. because there is, you know, some type of, you know, love there. Another feminine energy showing up as the Queen of Cups. There is some type of, you know, love that, you know, this person either has for you or you have for them, but it's almost like there's a lot of, you know, guardedness and self-doubt on the masculine side that you're gonna have to, you know, overcome. If this person is someone you want, or if you really want to conquer this addiction or, you know, whatever situation it is for you. But let's grab the guidance or advice and see what's going on. As it pertains to the energy and the spread for the weekend for the collective, guidance or advice. I think we have, let's see. It's a lot of fixed energy out here, which I'm not surprised, because Scorpio is a fixed water sign. But then we have Gemini, Aquarius, and Leo, the other fixed signs. Last one. So, bottom of the deck, we have Hummingbird, which is air energy. For some of you, it's like you're wanting, some of you, you know, it really is all in about, you know, either communicating to this person or, you know, being real with yourself in regards to what you want. Because with the Hummingbird here, you know, it's like it's a sweet spot for you. Like, this is, you know, whatever this person is or this thing is, like, it touches your, you know, your sweet spot as this hummingbird. But it's almost like, you need to either, you know, let it out as the hummingbird, or just, you know, I'm just getting the energy of either communicating to this person or just to yourself that, you know, what your truth is. Some of you just need to take, you know, a real deep look at your feelings as the turtle here, which is water energy, and stop being so, you know, surface level as this crocodile. Like, just for some of you, you know, you just let things, like, you just try to skim the surface of everything, when the cards are like, nah, you need to look a little bit deeper, because like, by you just skimming the surface with this crow energy, you're not really, like, it's almost like you're holding yourself back by you just skimming the surface or looking at things like one way. For some of you, it could just be you looking down on yourself, and it's like, no, don't look down on yourself. Some of you need to just be real and, you know, explore what you're feeling, explore yourself, explore your emotions. So let me get one more, or one guidance or advice card as it pertains to this energy and spread. What's the guidance or advice, Spirit, for the collective as it pertains to this energy and spread for the weekend? That's too many. Listen, I cannot make this up if I tried. So we have the camel. And you know, camels, you know, they conserve and, you know, hold on to their water. But it comes in handy when they need it. It's there on reserve. And for some of you, you know, the feelings that you're trying to hold back, the feelings that, you know, you're trying not to express, it needs to come out with the nightingale. Because that's the way forward. That's how a camel makes it through the desert, by, you know, calling on or, you know, pulling on that reserve of water. And with the cobra here, it's like you have to, like, almost, you gotta strike while the iron's hot. Don't try to wait. Like, you have to go take this action. And whether it's to this person or, you know, to yourself, I really feel like a lot of you, this is a conversation that you need to have with yourself. Because Scorpio energy is going to bring up those deep, hidden, dark emotions that you don't want to deal with. They're going to come up to the surface for them to be dealt with. Because you don't want to stay, you know, rigid and stuck in old emotions, because then you wouldn't, there's not going to be any space. You know, you got to melt that ice. You have to melt the ice. And the way that you melt that ice is by speaking your truth, or, you know, reaching out to this person, but actually not just wanting to do it, actually taking the action to do it, setting fire to the ice. So there you guys have it. That is the weekend reading for the collective. I definitely hope it resonated for some of you, and if not, that's okay. As always, I thank you for tuning in with me. And my candle just went out. Oh. And I definitely, you know, hope that, you know, like I said, this reading resonated for you. And, you know, it's just guidance or advice. You could be going through this, you may not. But it's just a read on the energy for this weekend. So if I didn't say thank you again. Kind of lost my train of thought when my candle went out. But I will see you guys all on the next reading. All right. Later.